Good morning, everybody. I'm glad to see y'all here once again. So let's see who we got here on this wonderful hump day. Woo-wee. Let's see, we got Cliff Hickson first. What's up, Cliff? How's it going? News Now Enemy. Nancy Marcho in the house. What's up? Let's see, me. What's up, you? All right, I Kiss. Great to see you always. Nancy, me, Terry Barnes, Jimbo, what's up? Salacious, what's up? Let's give Frauditors a painful, itchy, raised, oozing, painful rash. Rise and shine with Hezokuai. That's right. Terry Barnes, Nancy Freeden's a Smitty. What's up? Jimbo, Salacious, Machine Head. Hell yeah. Hit that like button. Little Chihuahua, Big World, what's up? Dino, what's up? Let's see, Terry Barnes, Matty B, Agent of Chaos, what's up? Salacious Jimbo, Dino, Matty, Luna Knights, what's up? Great to see you again. Graham, what's up, Graham? Graham's in the house. What's up, Mr. Garfield? Graham Grayfiend. All right. Nancy, Matty P, Salacious, P. Barnes II, what's up? Graham, Nancy, Salacious, Little Chihuahua, Big World. P. Barnes, let's see, Freeden's a Smitty. Nils, what's up from Germany? What's up? America. Good morning, America. Hey, see, I always say this when I see you. It's like I I want to say some kind of greeting in German, and then I remember the only German I know is what I've heard on, Kraftwerk records. So, or Dieter and Gunther. Let's see. Little Chihuahua, Jimbo, Graham, Captain Happy, what's up? All right. So yeah, I guess the only things I could say in German are like "I am the robot" or "Let's drive down the autobahn." Or something about radioactivity. um, Invented by Madame Curie or discovered by Madame Curie. Anyway, welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Good to see y'all here again this morning. Love you guys. So I got to tell you a little story. So yesterday, there's a local thing that they do, and I've seen a lot of places do this on different days in different places. They have a thing in the movie theater where Tuesdays are $5, no matter what, any movie, $5 to get in. So I was thinking, maybe I'll go check out that. Oh no, Niles, no. I would never do that because I've seen what was that TV show where John Cleese tried that where he owns a hotel, Faulty Towers. Texas Tim, what's up? Yeah, so I know better than to do that. Yeah, I stick with the found after autobahn or we are in the robot there. We are in the robot there. That's it. I don't mess around with that actual stupid stuff now. I just to me, jokes are jokes, but jokes like that are too much. I know better than that. So anyway, I'm thinking yesterday maybe I'll go check out this new Avatar picture, but I wasn't really that interested in it. I mean, especially after I read the reviews. Yeah, 99 Luftballons. Internet God, what's up? But all right. So anyway, I read the reviews of Avatar and I'm like, I don't know, I'm not that crazy. So Mike Ingalls, what's up? So I started looking to see, well, do I want to even go to the movies yesterday, So I started reading reviews, and the movie with the best reviews right now was the Puss in Boots. So I'm like, Puss in Boots, give me a break. And then yesterday, every day, obviously, hanging out with my kids or whatever, I'm talking to my son, and I'm telling him this story, and he's like, well, why don't you go see Puss in Boots? I'm like, well, because I'm not going with you guys, so it'll be an adult just sitting there watching a cartoon by myself might seem weird. And he said, Dad, shut up and go see the movie. It's really good. So I went and I saw Puss in Boots last night, and damn, it was good. It was really good. I like that movie. When it comes to kids movies, that's the best one I've seen in a long time, actually. I really enjoyed it. And the thing that I really liked about it, I mean, the story and all that was great, but they had this, I don't know, I didn't research it, but I believe it's all CGI, but some of it was made to look like old school hand-drawn cartoon style, animation style, and they actually combined the two in a really unique way that I really enjoyed. But anyway, yeah, that was a good picture. Everything I know about Germany, I learned from the documentary Hogan's Heroes. Oh boy, documentary. That's great. What's that other movie? Oh man. There's a movie where these I think Hogan's Heroes was based on it. Stalag 17. Where the guy figures out how they're going to blow up the train as they take the matches, put a cigarette in it, and just let the cigarette burn down until it starts the matches, which starts the explosion. Whatever. It's a good movie. So, Man Called Otto. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I want to check that out. It's not in my local theater yet, or it probably doesn't come out until tomorrow, right? So yeah, I definitely want to check that out too. So what I wanted to look at today, I saw this Reddit post. Some of you may already be aware. Some of you might have no idea what I'm talking about. I know Rogue Nation isn't here yet, but I guarantee you he knows what I'm talking about because they've audited together. There's this guy named Matthew Reardon, also known as the Lafayette County Auditor, Lafayette County Audit. The Great Escape. Yes, thank you, enemy. So, well, no, The Great Escape was different. That was with Charles Bronson, wasn't it? Anyway, Unclean Hands, what's up? So anyway, this guy, he's been fighting, other than being an auditor in general. He's been fighting with his county since 2017 because he was doing an audit in City Hall and like talking to the mayor and this and that, and that Charles Bronson was dirty dozen. Oh, The Great Escape with Steve McQueen. Thank you, Pack. Yes. 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 See, too many war movies, man. I get confused with the old ones sometimes. But yeah, it wasn't the one I'm thinking of. Stalag 17. Now you got me. What the hell was yeah, Stalag 17 was the name of the movie that I'm thinking of. Peter Graves was in it. All right. Yeah, that was the name of the movie. So anyway, All-Star Cast. Yeah, a lot of great movies about that. Anyway, we're getting way off the beaten track just because I wanted to say something to Nils in German and couldn't think of any people like, well, boiled egg eating contest. Wasn't that the one with what's the crap? He's me and you have a fail. What we have here is a failure to communicate. That had nothing to do with the war or Germany. That was about a dude that was legitimately engaged in civil disobedience. He was smashing parking meters because he thought it wasn't fair to pay to park. And then he got arrested for that and ended up spending the rest of his life in jail because he's ate too many boiled eggs. The Karen and Darren Show. What's up? Troll the Troll says hello. You know what? It's gotten to a point now where Troll the Troll is like, I don't even, after yesterday with Kick and everything, Cool Hand Luke, yes. What were we talking about? Well, we were talking about how Matthew Reardon, the Lafayette County Observer or Lafayette County Auditor, has been dealing with this situation since 2017. And the situation was basically that he, he was auditing City Hall, whatever, got close to the mayor, like literally like physically close. So they asked him to leave, blah, blah, blah. We all know what they do, right? So he goes through that whole thing, gets trespassed from the place, comes back the next day, does it again, eventually gets gets arrested because he ends up like just going after the mayor all the time with his camera. So they get him for stalking and he gets a restraining order. Scott Ammo, what's up? Where he's not allowed to get anywhere near the mayor. And he gets a restraining order against him. He can't go near the mayor, blah, blah, blah. And all this stuff is going on. Like I said, this started in 2017. Now, yesterday, the whole situation came to a head. and it was pretty much finalized. Now, what I wanted to do was, what's up, Glenn? Was I wanted to sort of put together like today's show, have sort of like the events as they played out, like play some of his videos to tell the full story, because when somebody, especially somebody who has kids, and they aren't an SGV news or, you know, freaking media or one of these other really low level scumbags that you think, yeah, you know what, I could see this guy, needing to do some serious time. Um, and they're just a standard douche canoe. It's like, I don't know how I feel about him actually doing time over auditing. But whatever the situation is, that's why I wanted to like go through and show a bunch of his videos to really put it all in perspective. But since this has been going on since 2017, he's got like 400 videos about it. So I just decided to go and try and pick some of the more key ones. Um, and this is one of the more recent ones that led to what happened yesterday. And again, I want to play some of the videos to put it in perspective, and then I'll tell you what ended up happening. In case you don't know. And like I said, if Rogue Nation shows up, I guarantee he knows all about this because these two have done a lot of audits together. So I'm assuming they know each other pretty well. This is after he's been legally given a restraining order against entering this building or going near these people.
Hello. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. What can I do for you?
Oh, I'm just walking around. Just getting everything in, or just taking a look at City Hall. I hadn't been up here to the second story, so
Okay.
last I remembered, the mayor's office was on the first floor, back when Pat Patterson was here.
Yep, it was. Yep, back in the
Gotcha.
day. Well,
Gotcha.
I say back in the day, about 2017, 2018.
Yeah, that was whenever I came in here. Last was 2017. Good deal. Good deal. Well, I'm just walking around, just gathering some content for a story. Thank you.
And like I said, at this point, he's in here because he's specifically been told several times that he's not allowed in there. And he has a restraining order active against him being able to enter this, or at least get anywhere near the mayor's office.
What are we doing?
You have a restraining order. Come on.
I went to City Hall.
That's fine. You have a restraining order. That trumps up. I'm good. Go for it. We'll walk down.
Can I not come into City Hall?
If you have a restraining order on an employee that works here,
Okay, that's
are you in violation of a restraining order?
no. I didn't think I could. I didn't think I was barred from coming to City Hall.
If that supersedes.
Yes, you did think you were barred from City Hall. That's why you went in there.
Make an appointment before you talk.
Okay.
Come out here.
Hey, get your hands off of me, Kevin. That's assault.
Is that what it is?
It is. Can't.
See, and I wanted to throw this in there real quick. This is an example of why I always talk about the whole false narrative thing, right? Like I said, I was trying to put together a bunch of his videos to really tell the full story of what happened. But because this has been going on for several years now, he's got hundreds of videos. I can't cover all of them. And most of them are him showing footage, but no audio at all, except for him narrating, telling his side of the story. So we don't really, that's another reason why I picked this video, because it shows the actual audio of what actually happened with obviously his commentary on top of it, but it's not just, whatever. But the point is, he's making this claim that he didn't know that his restraining order included City Hall. Meanwhile, if you watch all of his videos, this has been going on for years, and he does this on purpose. He knows he's not supposed to be in there, and it's because he's not supposed to be in there that he goes there. That's why he chose this specific building as his target, is because he was told not to go in there. So he's flat out lying right there.
Put your hands on somebody.
Okay. Stay here, man. Because you're being detained now.
I'm detained.
Yes. Here, do you want to go call dispatch?
I was gathering content for a story.
We're good. You can stop running code. We're good. Here, can we sit down in the shade? Or do you want to sit down in the shade?
That's fine. What am I being detained for?
And again, one of the reasons why these guys are so frustrating, and there's millions of them. I was just working on content for a story. Well, look at his channel. He's been working on the same story for 5 years. What's the story? How will the cops react if I go into a building I know I'm not supposed to go into? That's the story.
But okay.
Can I get your phone number?
I'm both in the fifth.
Okay. We're good.
Can I get your badge?
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say, we have a special guest in the chat. I just noticed a representative of my favorite law firm, the Dewey, Cheatham and Howe LLP. Lawsuits for everyone. Sorry, I'm a big Three Stooges fan, so I saw that and I had to point that out. I love that. That's great. Great stuff.
Number
11.
11.
Yeah.
Officer Parker.
Call me Kevin. You know me.
I know you.
Going back to middle school. All right. Look,
This is bullshit.
whatever is going on outside of this, I'm just trying to make sure.
Who called you?
I have no idea.
I mean,
dispatch sent me here.
I've been into City Hall before,
Was it
and
whenever you had a restraining order?
this thing was bullshit from back in 2000.
Wait. Was it when you had a restraining order?
I prefer not to answer that
So
question.
you invoking the fifth on that one too?
Yeah.
Well, if
See,
it was when you had the restraining order, it's just because someone didn't call.
he just
But
called out.
So if I have an issue in the city, I cannot come to City Hall.
You need to
You
call,
can call.
explain the situation, make an appointment. That way, y'all can all do that the legal way. That way, it doesn't hem you up on the restraining order.
That's ridiculous.
Sir, you have a restraining order against you that doesn't allow you to enter this building. Well, I entered it before. Well, did you know that you weren't allowed to come in here at the time? I refuse to answer that. Okay, so you did. So you did it anyway. So what? Well, how am I supposed to do business? Well, first of all, you didn't come there to do business. You came there to be a jackwagon. So, how am I supposed to do business? Well, if you have legitimate business with City Hall, you can call ahead of time so they know you're coming so that you won't be violating your restraining order. That's ridiculous. That's way too much to ask. Like, really? What's up, Sarah Burton? Debos, what's up? Who didn't I say hi to? Sam I am, what's up? Candy Archibald, what's up? All the cops know him. Yeah, because he's been doing this for years. And he just keeps doing it over and over and over.
Can I get your name and number? Name and badge number? Can I get your name and badge number?
All right, man. So, here's the thing, okay? Due to the restraining order for the person that works here, if you have an appointment or if you have an issue, you need to call City Hall, make an appointment. That way that y'all can coincide with the restraining order. Okay? You have any questions for me?
No, it's just I'm completely mind blown on this.
Well, this is all because of the restraining order. Again, you will call and make an appointment. I'm sure that they will be
The
more than
mayor,
willing to help.
the mayor pushed through a bullshit sham restraining
You have any
order
questions for me?
in 2017.
Do you have any questions for me?
I mean, no.
Okay,
I
you need to make an appointment before you go back in there, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
So I'm not detained anymore.
No, you're free to leave.
All right.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, so yeah, it's about Reardon violating his restraining order. That's what's going on in this video. I saw some people in the chat asking, like, you know, what is this about? It really all started with a traffic stop, and that's it. It was simple, but it was the kind of story we see a billion times with these guys. You know, they get pulled over, they argue with the cops about it. It becomes a big major event when it could have just been a ticket and be done. So now, yeah, see, Unclean already knows where this is going. So yeah. It all started way back in the day with the traffic stop and him protesting the stop and the way it was handled, and then arguing in court, and then it kept building and building and leading to more and more until he worked his way all the way up to the mayor, and it kept bothering him until it got to a point where the mayor had to put a restraining order against him, and now we're here. But again, there's more. This is a little bit older, but this is, like I said, I wanted to show a couple videos to sort of put the whole thing in perspective and then get to the spoilers that Unclean Hands is putting in the chat. No, that's all right. I figured a lot of you probably already know the story, but I thought it was interesting.
Also stay right here, correct?
As long as you don't go back and City Hall, as long as I'm aware of.
Okay. If the mayor walks out of City Hall and into my space,
You don't violate the restraining order.
All right. Does anything else happen after that, or does he just? Oh well, he does talk to the cops again. Let's see what happens there.
Captain, I have a complaint to make on one of your officers. He just pulled off. I asked him to identify himself, name and badge number. He made contact with me. He just walked off, would not give me that information. I know it's in y'all's policy to make contact with somebody, especially if requested, to provide the name and badge number.
Okay. What do you look like?
He got in the SUV right there.
Was it the officer that was talking? Was it?
He was with Parker.
He was with Parker?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to find out who it was and I'll look into it.
Yeah, I thought it was very unprofessional that he kept walking and
All right, Matt, just so we're clear, I know Lieutenant Parker's explained it to you.
Yeah.
You got a restraining order against you here at City Hall. You cannot go into City Hall. You know that, right? Are you aware of that?
I was not aware of that.
Okay.
In fact,
Were you ever
City Hall.
Were you served with the cops?
Lie.
If you're talking about the Tannehills, that the bullshit restraining order they took out on me back in 2017, that was all sham and it needs to be challenged.
Okay.
But it did not say that I couldn't go into City Hall.
Well,
in fact, the
Matt,
First Amendment.
Matt, let me talk for a second. I didn't even get to finish what I was saying. All right. If Mayor Tannehill is in the building and you have a restraining order from Mayor Tannehill against you, that would mean that this building that she's in, you could not go into. Are you clear with that?
But the First Amendment gives
Matt, I'm not here to
nothing.
argue that.
No rules trump the Constitution, and the ability to petition the government for redress of any grievance.
Okay.
I mean, that's a public building. It's City Hall.
That's why they told you to call and make an
Restraining order
appointment.
issued by judge, and if you dispute that restraining order, you have the opportunity to go to court and dispute that restraining order.
I would like to.
Okay, then that's on you. Okay, that's going to be on you to do. But
Okay.
in the meantime, I just want to make it clear that you're not allowed to go in this building anymore when the mayor's in the building. You understand that, right? Okay.
I can't believe I'm actually hearing this. That's
I'm just making it clear to you.
no, I know.
I'm just making it clear.
Who was the officer that was with you?
Officer Bragg.
Bragg. I asked him to identify himself, and he just kept walking. Wouldn't.
I saw you standing in the middle of traffic. You know, that's not safe. We
Oh.
wait for something to happen. You know, people can't drive in Oxford. We wait for somebody to get hit by a car. Okay, so it probably wouldn't be smart to stand in the middle of the road again.
I was watching out for traffic. You know, don't eat yellow snow. You know, if you take your dog on a walk, make sure you put him on a leash.
Man,
Oh, false equivalencies. Ooh, man, I should have got bingo cards for this one. I didn't know he was going to get into that too. I forgot. I hate it when they do this. This tactic is so stupid to me because seriously, what would happen if somebody's, doing whatever and there's police there and the police don't say anything and then something bad happens? Everyone's going to be up in arms. There's going to be protests in the streets. There's going to be global news headlines about how these cops didn't tell this person, hey, don't do this, hey, don't walk over there, hey, don't do that, when the cops were standing right there and just let the horrible thing happen, whatever it is. And when a cop says, hey, you probably shouldn't stand in the road because there's cars coming, they're like, oh, well, what are you going to tell me? Don't eat yellow snow? You're going to tell me not to stick my finger in the electric socket? He's like, yeah, it's the same thing, idiot. But if they didn't say anything and then something did happen, then all of a sudden everyone's going to sue the cops for not saying something. And of course that's what they would do because we've seen it a million times. How many of these times do these idiots file lawsuits? Again, anyone could file a lawsuit on anything. That doesn't mean they're going to win. Did I watch the Daryl Brooks interrogation video? I watched it when it happened. It's amazing.
I'm just going to make it very clear to you, though. Come back to this premises when the mayor's here, okay? Or come back to City Hall. You're going to be arrested for trespassing, in violation of the restraining order. Do you understand that? Yeah. Are we clear? We're clear. I just want to make sure. Because you said you weren't sure that you even had a restraining order against you.
No, I
So
was.
I'm making it clear that you know you have a restraining order.
I knew about the Tannehills.
Well, wouldn't you surmise that if a person that you have a restraining order against you is in the same building that you're walking into, that may include the building that you're walking into?
Yeah, but I also know
I'm just spitballing here. That's common sense.
you don't know all the details of what happened back in 2017.
That's not my business. All I know is that I got to enforce a restraining order lawfully issued by a judge. Okay?
I'd like to know who called.
I don't know who called. Okay?
By the way, Frauditor Reaper, here, let me do this real quick. Let's see. Where is she? See, now this is where sometimes I get a little funked out because I got my live stream and then I got my StreamYard and then I have it. In fact, you know what? I wanted to talk to you actually in general about doing live streams because I do this every day. So I've got it kind of down pat now. But I noticed last time when I was on your stream that you were having a little trouble with some things and you didn't know about the, what was it? The super chats, even though your super chats were on. So if you need any help with anything like that, technical stuff with using StreamYard or whatever, let me know. Because it took me a while to get it, but I got it now. Anyway, what I was going to say is, yes, thank you, Unclean Hands. See, Unclean Hands is sharp as a tack. This guy knows what I'm going to say before I say it. I was going to say, Frauditor Reaper, drop a link to your channel because, we support you over here big time. So, yeah, thank you, Unclean Hands, for everyone. Go subscribe to Frauditor Reaper. She's great. Definitely one of ours.
But all I'm saying is that you're clear that there's a restraining order now. You're clear that if the mayor's in the building here, you cannot come in this building.
I can't even go to the first
So
layer.
where does your restraining order say on the amount of feet or how far are you supposed to be away?
I don't know, but if I have to do
Where's your restraining order?
I have no clue.
Were you served?
Yeah.
So where's your restraining order?
But it was.
Matt, let me give you a piece of advice. If you're gonna start questioning a restraining order, you should at least know what's in that restraining order. That would include the amount of feet or distance you're supposed to be.
I mean, to be honest with you, the legitimacy of that restraining order.
I'm not here to argue
it's toilet
legitimacy.
paper.
I'm not here to argue that. I'm not arguing with you about that at all. That's none of my business. I don't make the rulings. I'm not the judge. I'm not the one who filed the restraining order. I am here to enforce the restraining order. And if the restraining order you don't seem to be too that can't out of the mayor or a certain person or building, I'm pretty sure it probably includes the building too, since she does.
It doesn't say the building because honestly, this was taken out. They tried to take it out before she was even elected mayor.
Okay.
I pushed for a continuance. Everything that happened back in 2017, whenever I was in.
All right. Hold on real quick. I didn't realize you weren't here, that you went to get coffee. I was talking to you for like 5 minutes. I was going to say we support your channel, and I was going to ask you to drop a link, but then for Unclean dropped a link for you. So, yeah. But because what I wanted to do, and also I said, so you might have missed it because I didn't know, is that on your, I'm going to give you a wrench so that you could do it yourself next time if you want to. But anyway, what I was saying to you is that I was watching your last stream and I noticed you were saying like there were certain technical aspects of doing a live stream that you weren't too sure about yet, and like you didn't know about the super chats and stuff. So if there's any technical stuff that you need any help with or anything, feel free to contact me. I do this every day, so I got it pretty much down pat at this point. So yeah, my email is hezokuai@gmail.com. So yeah, let me put that in here. Because I'll be more than happy to help if you need any help with any technical stuff. I spelled. How is he fighting for our rights? He's not. He's fighting for his. He doesn't care about ours. Anyway, Unclean Hands is a poet, and he didn't even know it. Yeah, this whole situation with this guy is crazy because, well, you'll see. I'm like I said, I'm trying to show these videos to sort of put it all in perspective. What's been going on with this guy. This next one, let's see, which one is it? This is going back a little bit further. These were one of the ones that led to all of these problems becoming a problem. Again, this isn't that old, but it's older than the one we just watched. Where is it? There we go. What's up, Simone? Good to see you.
When was this implemented? July?
I don't know.
Wow. Look at this.
Hold on a second. Frauditor Reaper. It's not that me and Clean Hands share the same brain. It's that we share the same disdain for idiots. So and plus the fact that Unclean Hands has been a fan of my show from the beginning. He's always in my chat. He's always watching and listening. So I think at this point he just pretty much knows how I handle my business, because he's seen it so many times. And I think that's one of the reasons why he's able to just say, "Oh, I know where he's going," because he keeps up on all this stuff, like what I'm doing right now. I'm covering this situation with this guy. He already knows where I'm leading with this because he already knows what happened to this guy the other day. And he's like, "Oh, okay, he's working on this one. Gotcha." So it's all good. Let me tell you something, Frauditor Reaper. My morning crew, the Rash crew, rise and shine with Hezokuai Rash, because we're a Rash in the Frauditors. We're getting under their skin. We're like a family in this chat room. We all love each other. We're all pretty much the same people every day. I love it. I got the best crew. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Reaper. I appreciate that. But anyway, let's get back to the stupid people being dumb. This was another one of his big beefs, is why I wanted to show this video. Is this what he's showing on screen right now?
No one will be allowed to video in any city building without complying with the above described registration procedure. And no one will be allowed to video in areas of a city building in which city personnel are involved in the performance of their duties, except in the lobby of City Hall. Hello. What happened to government transparency and accountability?
What happened to politeness and basic human decency, empathy, and respect?
Anyway, we'll go out.
Oh, and also just a quick little FYI for Frauditor Reaper. David Perillo Jr. is our local troll. I always say, like, for people who don't know him, like, I consider my morning crew a family. And he's like, when you go on a family gathering, there's always that one weird uncle that, like, everyone kind of stays away from, but he's still there. He's still in the family, but he's like, oh, you don't want to talk to him. You give him a couple beers and forget it, right? He's like that guy. You know, he's still part of the family, but he's a troll. He's always going to talk crap. But as long as he doesn't get stupid with it, like really stupid, it's almost become like a regular thing on this channel, like a game where, like, David will say something stupid, Unclean will time him out, then he'll come back and complain about being timed out, and then he'll get timed out for complaining about being timed out. No, I know. See, there he goes. See, but yeah, the point is, him and I have had conversations outside of the chat, so I understand why he's trying to whatever. But the point is, I don't think that in his heart he's coming from a bad place. And that's one of the reasons why I think he likes to hear our point of view on what's going on. And that's why I, whatever. I'll be delicate with his feelings.
Who was the lady that was speaking to me when I walked in? What position does the lady that when I walked in that was talking to me that gave me the sheet of paper?
All right, I'm sorry. Now I got to talk about this because I think this is great. So what do you think's a tyrant, David? Any government employee who oversteps their authority. Which, first of all, that's not the definition of a tyrant, but I see how you can, like, put that in tyranny, right? If I walked into City Hall and the mayor knocked me down, stepped on the back of my neck, and started punching me in the head, then obviously they're being a tyrant, right? So I could see how that can be used as tyranny, right? But here's the problem. A government employee who oversteps their authority would, at its most minimal level, be an acceptable definition to me, except when you're a frauditor, your definition of tyrant is someone who oversteps their authority. But your definition of overstepping their authority is saying anything to you at all other than, please, sir, I will do whatever you say, sir. Let me lick your boots and wipe your butt with my tongue, sir. Please, please, I am your slave. I am your servant. I shall do what you say when you say it because I am your servant and I am your slave. So if they're not doing that, they're a tyrant.
What does she do here? She's the assistant, what? City clerk? Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. I've never seen something like this before. I'm shocked. I don't know how that's even. Is the mayor in? Because I would sure love to talk to the mayor about this. He's not. Okay. When would be a good time for me to catch him so I can discuss this? All right.
Conspiracy music, welcome to the chat. Where's Doc Danger? Get his ass in here. By the way, for anyone who didn't know, Out There Associates is a mouse. He gave some free memberships yesterday. We appreciate that. Got to always make sure our big supporters get big ups. We got Unclean Hands, of course. Who else is another really, really, really? Oh, Salacious. Give me a break. Pack. At one point, there was a goal to make sure that everyone in my chat every morning was a member. So people were giving away memberships. It was beautiful. I love that stuff. You guys are great. I love you guys. Like, for real.
This lady right here.
Oh no, I got it. Yeah, I strongly disagree with y'all's with this ordinance. To the point that I'm challenging it, and its constitutionality. It's actually offensive.
So then you go to court. How is walking around here bitching about it challenging it? It's not. All right. Does he do anything else in here? Come on. Where is it? Here we go. All right. Oh, it's coming up. All right. I'll let it play through.
She's the only one. She's the only one.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. I actually have an issue. This right here. First of all, can I get your name and badge number?
Sergeant Dixon,
Officer Dixon.
59.
All right. This order, I don't know how in the world they ever passed it, but it's unconstitutional, officer. I know when you took an oath, the First Amendment, the Supreme Court's been crystal clear about the right to record in publicly accessible areas. And
All right. I want to address this real quick because this is a biggie. Have you ever noticed how these First Amendment auditors love to go around yapping about the First Amendment this, First Amendment that, Fourth Amendment if you ask for ID, Second Amendment if they have a gun, whatever. They always bringing up the amendments this, the amendments that, right? Now, he's talking to a cop about this ordinance that he disagrees with. Okay, fine. There's a proper way to deal with something like that through the judicial system, which, and this is the thing, okay? The Constitution is the Constitution. That's it, right? That's the thing. That's what it is. After that was ratified, one of the things about the Constitution that makes it such a brilliant document, that makes it, at the time, the greatest Constitution ever, was the fact that within the text of the Constitution itself, it leaves room for amendments. The Founding Fathers understood that over time things will change and people will be able to amend the Constitution, which is a beautiful thing. However, what's up? Ling Chi. What's up? So, but the point is, the Constitution itself, like before the amendments even existed, outlines the judicial system and how it's going to work. So, how are you going to walk into this building and talk to this cop about this law and not go through the proper steps while you're quoting the Constitution and not go through the proper steps as laid out by the Constitution even before the amendments were even a thing? The actual body of the Constitution itself lays out the judicial system, how it works, what you need to do if you have a problem with one of the laws. Talking to a random cop, what do you think? The cop's going to be like, oh, you're right. This law is no longer a law. I have ordained it because I am the cop. That's not the way it works. And if it did, then you're complaining about the cops have too much power. Like, you want the world to be full of, Judge Dreads? Get out of
The
here.
fact that they can try to criminalize coming into a city building, city hall, for transparency and accountability purposes is crazy. It's insane.
Okay, well, what's your business here today?
I'm a journalist gathering content for a story.
Okay, you want to meet the mayor?
I wanted to bring that issue up with the mayor now that it was brought to my attention.
Okay, well, right now he's busy.
Yeah, that's fine. And I'm perfectly fine coming back.
Okay.
All I'm doing is basically just seeing what the tax dollars at work look like. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. Name and badge number?
Huh?
Name and badge number?
Officer Busby,
Officer Busby.
B42.
As I was telling
What's
Officer
going
Dixon, this is an unconstitutional order that they passed.
Okay.
Recording in publicly accessible areas is held protected under the First Amendment by the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Plenty of case law around it. Obviously, that needs to be challenged. And the whole point of, now that it was brought to my attention, I'm here to challenge it. So I will leave under threat of arrest. I will pack up and I will leave, because then I'll have standing to make a change. I'm a journalist and I'm a constitutional rights activist.
That's fine. Fully understand. Everybody's got to make a living, man. They have board meetings set
Yes, sir.
for certain days. You can get on the docket. You can go in there and talk to them.
Okay.
You can record if you want to. That's completely fine.
But the fact that they were able to actually pass that in the first place is it's beyond anything I've ever seen. I've never seen a city ever pass anything remotely close to that.
You talk about the cameras out and about.
I'm talking about, no, it says that you cannot come into City Hall and record. But yet, I'm sure there's cameras right there. I didn't give them permission to record me. But coming into a city held or a public building such as City Hall, I'm getting recorded. So for my own safety,
You want this?
I record.
You want that?
Yeah. Just like
I
y'all
said,
have body cams.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, this is for my own safety.
Yeah, and I think mostly it's just because people come in and they look for a rise,
Right.
and
Right.
we've dealt with them. Like I said, people that want to record me, I record,
Right.
and I don't make it a point to just say, hey, quit recording me.
Right.
Everybody's got a right to record, but with it being a building for the city, it's a different story, man.
I get
I
it.
don't have any say so. We just work here and we
Right.
enforce the laws that are established. We don't make the laws, and if they say you can't, and that's gonna be, like I said, they have board meetings once
Right.
a month. Get on the docket. You can go in there and you talk to them. Express your feelings. It's gonna be recorded in there too.
Right.
And you can just
But the hierarchy goes Constitution, law,
Right.
policy.
yes, sir.
Y'all take an oath whenever you come on or whenever you sign up
All right.
to be a law enforcement officer
Yes,
to
sir.
protect and defend the Constitution, to uphold it.
Right.
And stuff like this, I don't see how y'all could ever enforce it without violating your own oath.
Yeah. Well,
Being
like I
that-
said, the people you want to talk to about that and question it, that's going to be the mayor and the alderman.
Okay.
So, and there'll be police there too. So, I mean, you're more than welcome to come back and get on the docket and talk.
And you said the next meeting's when?
I do not know. Do y'all know when the next meeting?
Third,
It's on first and third.
first and third Tuesdays.
Okay,
Yes, sir. So is that's what you want to do?
You have to fill
I
out-
guess.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
going to be your best bet, man.
I understand.
Yeah. But anything else I
I
can
mean, if I
help you
stay
with
in here
today?
recording, am I subject to arrest?
I mean, I know the ordinance. I mean, man,
Have y'all ever arrested anybody under that ordinance?
I've never seen anybody come in here and record and cause a scene over it, man.
I
Not
wouldn't
saying that
call-
you
I wouldn't
necessarily
cause a
caused it.
scene,
No, no,
yeah.
I'm just saying in general, I've
Yeah.
never seen anybody do it. So no, this is my first time ever getting a call about something like this.
It's, you
And we
know,
really don't want to
our
have to
rights,
arrest
our
anybody.
rights are that important. If you don't exercise them, you lose them. You know, it's like a
Yeah.
muscle. And I believe in
Bullstein.
I'm,
You know,
I'm engaged in a
we're-
constitutionally
yeah,
protected activity,
right.
and
We're here to
All right. That's enough of that. We'll move on to the next one. But first of all, I want to acknowledge ATV Thunder. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Frauditors should try employment. It is awesome. Having a job is you get a regular paycheck. You don't have to worry about whether or not you're going to put out enough content this month to pay your bills. And you don't have to take the chance of getting into any kind of trouble over cops. Yeah, so there are proper ways to handle certain situations, and this isn't one of them. So we've already heard them talk a little bit about how they always talk about how security cameras are the same thing as their camera, which of course anyone with even one brain cell should be able to understand the difference. But obviously they don't because they're stupid. But let's see some more of this guy complaining about all this stuff. This is another video of him talking about all of these things we've been showing. And I love the fact that he's calling his... Okay, so to be fair with him to a certain extent, he claims that he's a journalist working on a story, but he's actually making an attempt to do that. He's filming a documentary called Riding with the Outlaw. So he's calling himself an outlaw. He calls it Riding with the Outlaw. And this is a clip. Well, see, that's the thing. His videos, he's saying, are the documentary, right? So at least he's trying to sell it like it's a legitimate thing. So here's an episode of Riding with the Outlaw, the story of Matt Reardon.
And the other 1% of the time is someone who skates by on a technicality, in this case by labeling the pig a hog. In this injunctive relief, Ray actually stooped to the adolescent level, definitely not behooving of any attorney, most certainly not behooving of any seasoned attorney, by pointing out and listing constitutionally protected activity as reasons requested of relief. These reasons were reasons Ray had to have known were reasons prohibitive from seeking injunctive relief, and especially everything in general was twisted and conjured up in a false narrative type way. But Ray had one big trick up his sleeve: his influence. The same tool used over and over as an advantageous winner-take-all move for Ray. By law, I was supposed to have been brought before the judge within 48 hours to get the original bond. However, Lafayette County decided to hold me.
Now, see what he's doing here? This is what I was talking about before. And yes, News Now enemy. Exactly. He's creating the story, not reporting on it. And the reason why I wanted to show this is because this is an example of what I was talking about earlier. How he takes clips from some of his audits and then puts them together with no audio, just him playing like patriotic music or whatever, you know, trying to elicit some sort of an emotion through the music, while he does a voiceover and he tells his version of the story. And I thought it was hilarious that he calls what they're doing a false narrative in the process of literally using a voiceover to build a false narrative. Like, to me, it's ridiculous. But, oh, there he is. Yeah. I remember this one where I got the ordinance repealed. Yeah, Rogue, but I think you already know where this story leads. ultimately after yesterday.
For 96 hours, 4 days, before bringing me to justice court for a bond hearing.
I told you Rogue knows all about
Democrat
this.
justice court judge named Carolyn Bell gave me a $150,000 bond and refused to allow me to address the court to show that there was in fact zero proof that the state had, and I had complete proof of my innocence, which a simple bill of sale in my possession would show. The bond set was 3 times higher than the maximum guidelines set by the Supreme Court for a crime up to 10 years incarceration. The charge levied at me saw a maximum 5 years for alleged aggravated stalking, which the state then changed to cyber stalking. I didn't realize it at the time, but May 30th, 2017, the day of my bond hearing, was exactly 7 days, 1 week, before the incoming mayor, Robin Tannehill, was to be elected. I was never truly given the opportunity to prove my innocence, as this was already a known fact by the local government, agencies, prosecution, and accusers all along. The entire time, the state and county was grabbing its straws. This circus show had quid pro quo written all across it from every single angle. It further assisted the incoming Democrat socialist mayor, Robin Tannehill, effectively silencing and sliding her biggest and certainly most outspoken adversary out of the way. As a presumably innocent man, I sat illegally and unconstitutionally confined, receiving no bond reduction hearing, despite numerous requests for one. They had to make it next to impossible for me to get out, because me getting out meant their ship would most certainly sink when I got my hands on tangible evidence, the proof of my innocence, and further the criminal wrongdoing of many at this point who assisted. Not to mention build a solid case against those who plotted against me. I was coerced under fear and stress to plea out on July 6, 2017, coincidentally 7 days after Robin Tannehill was sworn into office as the 36th mayor of Oxford. Although I personally believe, with the facts and evidence of everything, that she became the first illegitimate mayor of Oxford. Even worse, I was banished from the city and county for the term of my supervised probation, 5 years. If that wasn't bad enough already. To cap things off, and in order to shield themselves from liability, the county had insisted on me signing a covenant to not sue the sheriff's department, any officers involved, any city or county elected official or employee, or Todd and Ashley Lynch. It's these reasons that are the primary reasons I reference to when being asked about my level of dedication and my refusal to back down. It's also these reasons which explain why I started on my mission of producing my story through the live ongoing documentary, Riding with the Outlaw. They all but removed every opportunity to right the wrongs done and get my life back, which was so savagely taken, and seek legal remedy. They thought they had every angle tied up. One big problem.
All right, real quick, I wanna point something out. There's Lord KJW, what's up? Tequila Kid, what's up? So, Tamara Marie, what's up? So, there's so much to unpack there. He's saying so many things, but what I wanted to address specifically is what he just said. Here he is auditing all these places, and I just showed videos where he's auditing places that he knows he's not supposed to be auditing in those places. That's why he targeted those specific places, is because he knows he's not supposed to be in there. Lies to the cops about knowing he's not supposed to be in there, but upon further questioning, says, well, yeah, I knew I had these orders against me saying I can't come in here, but I don't believe in those orders, so I don't have to follow them because I don't believe in them. Kind of like, what if you had someone on the ground and were stabbing them in the neck and a cop told you to stop, and you say, well, I don't believe I have to stop, so I should be allowed to just keep doing it. Like, just because you don't believe in it doesn't mean you should do it, right? There are proper ways. We discussed this earlier. They always talk about the Constitution. The Constitution explains exactly how to properly handle those types of situations through the judicial system. right? He's not trying any of that. He's auditing. So he's out there auditing, and he's posting all these videos. He's working on his Writing with the Outlaw documentary. And what did he just say? Because I have to fight the fact that they viciously took my life away from me. Dude, stop auditing, get a job, take care of your kids, raise your family, be a dad, and nobody will bother you. They ripped my life away from me. You're out there auditing right now in this video while you're saying that. What did they rip away from you? The ability to walk into buildings that you don't belong in anyway? So don't go there. And they'll leave you alone. Get a job, be a dad, take care of your kids. And nobody's going to bother you. You don't have to go into these places and do this. And then, how dare they steal my life away from me? What did they steal? Your ability to audit? Auditing isn't your life. Your family should be your life, not auditing. Because that's all they're trying to take away from you is your ability. They're not trying to take away your ability to audit, but they're trying to take away your ability to go into certain buildings that you've been ordered not to go in. So purposely going into those buildings because you were asked not to is not them violently stripping away your life. He's made so many videos of him playing with his kids when you look at his channel. That should be his life. They're not trying to take that away from him. Now, where the story's going, they do. But this is before that. This is before that. And he's saying that they already did it. They already did what? They told you not to go into City Hall? So don't go into City Hall. How does that have any effect on your life? How does being banned from City Hall have any effect on your life at all? It doesn't.
Actually, two. First, I got off probation at half-time, 2.5 years. The second, the county opened the door and gave me every legitimate reason to legally bypass the covenant to not sue, when even more corruption started to surface, and the county refused to comply with a Public Records Freedom of Information Act request. When the Sheriff's Department admitted in the last batch of documents requested that Deputy Jared Bundren had received a mystery phone call on May 24, 2017, just 2 days before I was ambushed on the square in
Jared
Oxford.
Bundren. Hey, I'm here to show you how to conduct a proper investigation. I would like to, do you have a minute? You don't? You received a call on May 24th, 2017. I would like the details of that call. Jared, I put in a public records request. Why are y'all not complying with the public records request?
The 24th just so happened to also be the day before I met with the FBI. And coincidentally, the same day I spoke with Assistant U.S. Attorney Blowhard.
Now, it's Lafayette County Auditor, Julie. So, here we go. Again, the only time he shows any actual audio, not him overdubbing his narration. I am going to teach you how to conduct a proper investigation. Oh, I didn't know you had a degree in criminal psychology or whatever, like what, you saw some videos on YouTube, so now you're the expert and you're going to teach him? And what's up, Roisin? And your answer to the question of how do you conduct a proper investigation is you immediately give me your phone call recordings because I demanded it because you're my slave and I demand your recording. You fill out public records request for something. They don't give it to you. Well, why don't you give it to me? So run up to the cop and ask him why my request was denied. For all you know, the cop might not even know that the request was ever made. He doesn't control that stuff. The records department controls that stuff. Why don't you go through the proper channels and talk to them instead of screaming at the cop on the street corner? And then blaming them. Look at how they didn't do anything about it. Just, okay. Some random idiot runs up to a cop and screams at him. And the cop says, okay, whatever, and walks away. Now, look at the corruption. How dare they not respond to my request? And it's like, you screaming at a cop on the street is not an official anything. It's just you being an idiot and screaming at a cop on the street.
Bob Norman. 2 days after Ray and Robin Tannehill petitioned the court for an emergency injunction, which would have effectively barred me from speaking at the upcoming city council meeting. Not long into my discovery phase, I realized there was much more involvement in this plot than I originally thought. It became clearer and clearer that this was an all-or-nothing mission that I could not back down from. As I began to get closer and closer to the fire and found more and more government involvement and pushback from the same ones that plotted to frame me, silence me, get rid of me, and ultimately destroy my life back in 2017. This is my duty. I have an obligation. The oath I made to uphold and defend the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic, is very much intact and alive. It's that and my children that are the best reasons of any as to my seriousness. I'm facing off against a fierce, well-banded, and determined enemy. That is for sure. But I am fiercer and much more determined. A race against the clock, and I'm a man, a patriot, on a mission in an all-out war on corruption for the sake of my children, my family, myself, and society.
All right. So, where does all this lead? What's the point of all of this? Well, I have to do what's right for my family. I have to do what's right to expose corruption. Okay, you know what? Just say that, and maybe I'll be on your side, because there is corruption. I'm not saying there isn't. But the problem is your definition of corruption is when you walked into City Hall, the cops didn't get down on your knees and give you oral pleasure. Like, corruption is you didn't do what I told you to do when I told you to do it. You didn't follow my directives. You didn't follow my demands because you're a public servant, so screw you. I'm going to do what I want, when I want, because I want to. And the fact that you don't want me to just do literally whatever the hell I want means you're corrupt. So, what happens? He's been fighting this since 2017. Look, I'm not here to say that everything he ever did was horrible. Like I said, he's not on an SGV level, right? He's not on a KC Camera Boy level. He's not on a Silence Boy level. He's not on a NC Tyrant Hunter level. He's not a bottom feeder, right? That's just sucking on the scum of the bottom of the barrel and he's beneath it, right? He's not one of those guys. But what I'm saying is you get pulled over, the cop writes you a ticket, you go to court if you didn't do it and fight the ticket, or you pay the ticket. Problem solved. Nothing. That's it. There's nothing else. Again, if you shouldn't have gotten the ticket, you fight it in court. If you're found guilty and you still don't believe it, you appeal it. There's a whole process laid out in the Constitution of the justice system and how you deal with these types of situations. So, he gets pulled over. pays the ticket, he's done, right? No. He's going to escalate and escalate and escalate and escalate and escalate for years. So what could have been oh, okay, sorry. That's all it had to be. Even once he escalated it to the point where he was going after the mayor and they had to put a restraining order on him against him going to see the mayor, all he had to do was to say, okay, now I know I can't go into City Hall when the mayor's present. But that's not what he did, was it? What he did was, oh, you don't want me to go into City Hall when the mayor's present? You know what that means? Let's grab our gear and go to City Hall every time the mayor's in the building. Get kicked out over and 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 keep pushing and pushing and escalating and escalating. Instead of, once he reached that phase to where it escalated to the point where they had to put this restraining order against him, that's when he could have said, okay, look, I'm worried about taking care of my family. I'm worried about taking care of this and taking care of that. So I'm going to stop and not do it anymore. He could still audit, just don't audit there. Okay, I'd rather he just quit auditing, got a regular job, and took care of his family, right? But even if he wanted to keep auditing, just don't audit specifically in the place you were told not to audit. But of course, because he was specifically told not to go there, that's where he kept going. So instead of every opportunity he had from the beginning, from the first time he ever got pulled over to the time that he led to the restraining order, all of this that kept going on and on, he had every opportunity to just stop doing the BS and just get on with his life. But he kept pushing and kept pushing. And so where did this ultimately lead him? Lafayette County. Wait, is this on the screen? All right. This is from Thursday of last week. Lafayette County Circuit Court Judge sentenced Matthew Reardon to 1 year in prison Thursday for violating an order banning him from Lafayette County. After Reardon serves his year in prison, he'll still be banned from Lafayette County for 4 years. If he violates the order again, he could serve the remaining 4 years. In other words, he got 5 years, serve 1, and then stay on probation for 4. So now he's going to be away from his family for a year, locked up in prison, and then afterwards not allowed to go in that building again for another 4 years, when all he had to do was not go in there in the first place. And that's it. Paul Unslaved mentioned me. Does he remember me? I've been on panel with him before. What's up, Michael X? What's up, my Objective Truth Sound Minds? So that's it. All of that, what we were just watching, and this whole story and how this all led to, again, they gave him every opportunity in the world to stop doing what he was doing. So what ends up happening? Now he's going to be locked up for a year. He could have taken care of it when it first started, but since he decided that the initial traffic stop was a violation of his rights, he wanted to fight that until it led to the point where he was going directly after the mayor, to the point where the mayor had to put a restraining order against him. So he could have stopped when he got pulled over. He could have just took care of the ticket or whatever, or fought it in court. But instead, he decides to keep pushing with his auditing nonsense. So then the restraining order gets put against him. So he purposely goes out of his way to film himself breaking the restraining order over and over and over again. And not just once. They kicked him out of City Hall, he comes back. They kicked him out, he comes back. They kick him out, he comes back. It's like they gave him so many freaking opportunities to get out of this. But he wouldn't let go, and now he's spending a year in prison. Great. what did you prove there? That you're stupid? Enzo the God, what's up? Not a traffic stop, a traveling stop. Well, I don't know if he went full soft sit on it. From what I remember, his big beef was the whole, what was it? He was saying that because they did a blow test on him at the station instead of at the stop, that was a violation of the Terry stop rules and therefore a civil rights violation. And that was his big beef with the stop. It wasn't the standard sovereign citizen, well, you shouldn't have pulled me over in the first place deals. I mean, I'm sure that was part of it too. But from what I remember from the stop, because again, this was years ago, his big beef was that they made him blow at the station instead of at the stop. It's like, it's been too long. My blood alcohol level could have changed by then, so this wasn't right. You shouldn't have done it. Which, that argument is even crazy because your blood alcohol level over time would go down, you would think, not up, but whatever. Has he completed his journey now that he's actually in prison? Or is he going to take that opportunity is he going to take the year in jail to think about, okay, maybe this was stupid and maybe I should like get a normal life when I get out or try to rebuild a normal life? Or is he going to go back to auditing when he gets out? That's the big question. Anyway. Yeah, Candy. Now his wife has no husbands and his kids have no father for a year. Good job, buddy. It started with the Terry stop. Let's call Chili. Yeah. So again, in this situation, I don't really necessarily want to just point and laugh at the guy and say, oh, it's stupid. It's more of a sad thing. It's like, this is what auditing is becoming. This is what it leads to. Like, this is what you're doing. You're going out of your way to put yourself in a position to get locked up. And these guys are all thoroughly convinced that catch and release is all they're ever going to have to deal with. And they don't care because those videos get more clicks and views when they get arrested. Well, guess what? If you keep pushing long enough and hard enough, this is what's going to happen. You're going to end up doing real time. What's up, Weed Skador? So, I don't know, man. His wife and kids might be enjoying the peace and quiet. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. So, anyway, that's Lafayette County Audit. This guy's been on a tear for years, just trying to expose his imagined corruption. Because, again, they always try and make the argument that when they're corrupt, there's corruption and this and that. Like, they're going out to fight that. And when they just say that, you can't really argue the point so much because, well, yeah, of course, we all want to fight corruption. The problem, like I said, is that their definition of corruption is when any servant doesn't do what they say, when they say it, immediately upon their demand. That's tyranny. They don't let me be a tyrant against them. That is them being tyrants. Oh, man. Somebody said something about me being brought up on, what was it? Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what's going on. Wait a minute, what did Graham say? Is he going to try to build a Brooks box for it? Here's the thing. I don't think there's, well, no, not that I don't think. This isn't something that's going to go to trial. This is something that he already had all that. That was already done. And he was on probation. And him violating the court order by going into the city hall was the violation of probation. So he's already been sentenced and it's already been done. but they were letting him on the street, telling him, quit FAFO. Well, he FA'd and he FO'd, right? Just don't go out there and do this anymore, buddy. So he goes out and does it. So there's no trial. There's no, all that's already done. This was, he violated the sentencing from that. And so now he's got to serve the time. So there's not going to be anything else. He's in there. He's locked up. It's done. Let's see. Now, he does already have, because he has filed all the legal stuff that you need to do going against the initial order and the initial prosecution that led to this all. And that stuff is all still pending. So he may still go to court to get stuff overturned. But as far as this is done. He could go, again, back and still have trials for the things that he filed before this happened, because some of that stuff is still pending. And depending on the results of that may have an effect on this. But as far as this specifically, it's a done deal. He's locked up. That's it. Let's see. They think time serves equals dismissed. Yeah. Oh, man. Yes. Ling Chi says it perfectly. My case was dismissed because it would have cost more to prosecute the frauditor, but keep establishing a pattern of conduct that actually leads to serious consequences. Exactly. That was my whole point with this whole thing. This has been going on since 2017, and he just got locked up now. They gave him every freaking opportunity to not put himself in that position. So he went out of his way to continue to put himself into that position for that purpose. Someone said Paul Unslave mentioned me yesterday. Does anyone know which, because he goes live like every 5 minutes, which video it was? I'd like to kind of see that, what he's talking about. Because also as I look, his videos are like 6-7 hours. I mean, this dude, all he does is live stream. That's it. All day, every day. I don't know, man. I like this one. You FA'd, now you're going to FO. That's right. Oh, man. So let's see. Again, does anyone know which video they were talking? Somebody said earlier that Paul Unslave mentioned me yesterday, was talking about me. So I was wondering which video they were talking about. I'll take a look at it, see what he's saying. Now, he should know who I am because, like I said, I've been on his streams before. I gave up on it because it seemed like talking to him was, like with most of these guys, pretty much the same thing as talking to a wall. They have no desire to learn anything. They think they already know everything. They're the smartest guy in the room and no one can tell them anything. They don't want to listen. They just want to argue their point and try to pound you over the head with that, or insults, or both. I did see that Troll the Troll put out a new one, but I'm done showing his videos because after I talked to Kick yesterday and everything, it's like, yeah, he's a useless piece of crap. Why are we talking about Paul Unloved? I don't know. Somebody said something in the chat about him talking about my channel, so I just wanted to know what he said. Because, like I said, I've been on his panels before, so yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, it's I'm done with him. He's a piece of crap. And he deserves to be treated like a piece of crap. You just scrape him off your shoe and keep going and live your life. So that's it. That's all that is. That's all he is, and that's all he'll ever be. A bum! Where was that from? Anyone? That's Rocky. Rocky 2, I think. Or no, was that Rocky 3? I think it was the third one. I don't know, man. Let's see how. Yeah, don't give him any airtime. He doesn't deserve it. Take it easy, News Now. Let me see. Is this one that I already showed? Here, let's see. I don't think I covered this one. Familia TV, he's been doing some really, really good stuff lately. So, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait. All right, Nikki, here's the thing. I don't care about the Rocky movies, but you got to watch the original. You've got to watch the original. And because you're a girl, it's a love story. All right? So, like, because that, I was being goofy, but the point with the girl thing is because, I think most women, when they think about Rocky, they think about, oh, it's a bunch of guys, and it's a boxing movie, they're punching each other. I don't want to watch that. But I'm telling you, it's a love story at its core. It's a love story. That's what it's really about. And the ending, what's up, Joshua Lee? The ending, like, I won't give any spoilers about what happens, but just the way that it, just to give you an idea of the kind of love story that Rocky is, the whole movie, Rocky is courting this woman, Adrian. And by the end of the movie, I'm not going to tell you what happens in the fight, no spoilers or whatever, but by the end of the movie, Rocky is in the ring, beat to hell, covered in blood, bruises, all messed up. He's just been getting pounded in the head for 15 rounds, exhausted, serious physical damage, surrounded by reporters sticking their microphones in his face, sticking their cameras in her face. And what's the only thing on his mind? The most famous line. Adrian! All he cares about is her. It's a beautiful love story. It's great. And that's like what that whole thing, like it's all famous. Adrian! Oh, Adrian! But that's the whole point, is that he's in a position where he just went through the most insane thing he's ever been through in his life, and all he cares about is her. It's a beautiful thing. And I'll tell you what, also, my most watched video to this day on my channel is a video I made about the movie Rocky. It doesn't get pushed at all because Paramount gave me a copyright on it, but not a copyright strike, a copyright claim. So I can't monetize it. I tried to re-edit it to make it so that I can, but the part that they want me to cut out is the most important part. So yeah, but I mean, it's brilliant film. Brilliant. It's a rom-com. It has some funny bits in it. Anyway, like I was saying, lately, there's been Familia TV's been doing some really, really, really good stuff lately. I could tell because I've been watching him since he first started, I could tell he's getting better and better as he goes. So I want to watch his new video together and see where he's at. His last 3 videos were all bangers. So let's see how this one goes. This is his newest one.
All right, everyone. Hello and welcome back to the channel. All right, now here are a few videos that I came across earlier today that I found interesting and I wanted to share them with you guys. The videos deal with frauditors that are engaged in cop watching. Now, I understand most of you guys don't approve of cop watching because apparently what we see out there, cop watchers, kind of being nasty and just plain doing dumb shit. Okay. But in my opinion, cop watching is a good thing. It benefits both parties, it benefits the police as well as the citizen. But my interpretation of cop watching is standing on the sideline, documenting what transpires between the officer and the person that they have pulled over or the person that they're in contact with. Okay. That's it. Okay. You're documenting in case something goes wrong for either party. You are there. You got it on video and you can help either party out. Okay. But apparently, what we see, the videos that we see of cop watching, unfortunately, as we all know, the frauditors want to be a part of the damn scene. The frauditors want to tell the officers how to do their damn job. And that's why I think a lot of us don't approve of cop watching, or we see cop watching as a bad thing, let's say. Now, we're going to start off with this first frauditor who calls himself Not the End of Freedom, aka Mario Castro. Now, this is a real personal one because the individual just a month ago was on my block. Isn't that something? I honestly thought my area was frauditor free. Florida free. Okay. But an individual sent me the video, say, hey, newbie frauditor out there, check him out. And when I noticed where he was at, I said, ain't this some shit? He's right down the road from my home. I live just like 4 to 5 blocks away from where it's like the police yard, let's say, where they park the vehicles, the police vehicles that they don't use, as well as the pumps where they fuel up at. Okay. So he was there. He apparently had noticed an officer that was parked in a parking lot just across the street. And there's like a few parking lots throughout my area where the cops hang out to do whatever their paperwork, or they also park there to watch traffic, going by on my block. I live on the avenue, so I think, what is it, the speed limit is like 45 on my avenue here, but people on my avenue are doing like 50, 55, 60. You know the deal. Unfortunately, there is a need for traffic enforcement, let's say, period. Anyway, Mario Castro, in my opinion, may have some good intentions, but he is definitely going about it the wrong way. Let's jump into the first video and you will better understand what I mean about he's going about it the wrong way. Let's kick off the video.
Bueno, Magnía y la 15. A ver cómo va el día, cómo está el día lluvioso, nublado. Y estamos aquí en la 15, en este parqueo. Parece que este policía paró a este muchacho. No voy a hacerle preguntas, pero voy a grabar a este señor.
All right. So for you non-speaking Spanish individuals here, Mario tends to forget every so often that he has individuals that don't understand Spanish. So every so often I do notice he makes the error of completely speaking Spanish throughout the entire video. Now, mind you, this is not my neighborhood. This is like 25 minutes away from me. The area is called Hazleton, Pennsylvania. This avenue, I've been on this avenue plenty of times. It is 15th Street. And apparently, Mario noticed a trooper pulling over a vehicle, and he is telling his subscribers at this moment he's not going to interfere. He's not going to ask the officers any kind of questions. He just wants to document what's going on. But as we will see in this video, he does a little bit of what he says he's not going to do. Let's get back to the video.
Que quiero saber quién es, qué oficial es, parece que viene. Y es Mr. Ahora andan con dobles esposas.
That guy's got some cool stickers on his truck.
All right, so let me just jump in here and make a quick comment because I think we could all agree what he just did here is totally uncalled for. Now, he tells his subscribers in the beginning of the video that he's not going to ask the officer any questions. He's not going to interfere. He just wants to record what's going on. Now, again, I say what he just did here, in my opinion, is totally uncalled for. The officer is in the middle of a traffic stop, and look how he just pushed up on this officer. Regardless that it's broad daylight, I mean, there's
All right, so Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. I'm not sure what you're getting at here. I guess it depends on the employee and what she looks like. But
no need for the officer. I'm sure the officer realizes that there's an individual that he does not know standing just a few feet away from him. He doesn't know if this individual is there to do him harm or whatever the case may be. Again, I say what he just did here is uncalled for, and this is what gives people that may have good intentions watching the officers so that everybody is safe. This is what gives cop watchers a bad name. And this is my opinion of why I say he's going about it in the wrong way. Let's get back to the video.
What's your name and badge? What do you think about you guys arresting me on the highway with no probable cause, just retaliating against me? What do you think about Diaz giving me 6 felonies? You have no answer for that? You don't have a name and badge?
there you go. Right there. Cop stopped somebody. Didn't even talk to this guy. Need your name and badge number. Need this, need that. I'm not even interacting with you, bonehead. You're the one who's interacting with me. Let me go do my job. You're going to tell me go do your job, but when I try to go, you're going to try and stop me by talking to me?
There you have it, guys. Pennsylvania State Police professionals. Pennsylvania State Police.
All right, so I'm going to end the video here, whereas the next 5 minutes of the video is pretty much him bitching about Pennsylvania State Police. Now, mind you, he has a hard-on for state police out there because they arrested him for being on the highway. A couple of videos before this one, he was documenting an overturned tractor trailer, and him being on the highway, state police felt that he was just an obstacle. know, what do they call it? Rubbernecking both sides of the damn highway, regardless on the other lane, the other side of the highway, no accident, but they themselves
Hello, Jersey
are
Bull.
traffic because everybody wants to see what's going on. And again, with him being on the highway physically, okay, not in a vehicle, he was walking, but on the other side of the guardrail, and police felt that he was just an obstacle. And after numerous times telling him it was illegal to be on the highway, they ended up arresting him. They cut him loose, but he did get arrested for that. And as we just heard, him telling the officers, six felony. I don't know where that's coming from, but apparently you could tell he has a semi hard on for state police. Now, again, I'm going to say, damn it, in the beginning of the video, he's telling his subscribers he's not going to interfere. He's not going to ask the officers any questions. But apparently, as we all know, frauditors don't like being ignored. And that's exactly what the officer did. Ignore him, blocked him out. And I think a lot had to do with the fact the way he does his cop watching. You don't push up on an officer while he's in the middle of a traffic stop just a few feet away from him. Now,
all right, also, I wanted to add that so seeing these situations unfold like this always kind of drives me nuts too, because the whole idea of being ignored, this is one of the things that I focus on when I do my Bay Area transparency videos. I mentioned Bay Area transparency specifically because he seems to focus on this. Like, each frauditor has their own kind of thing that they do, right? They all hate being ignored. Okay? But it's like, okay, I'm fighting for my rights under the Constitution to go in here and film and be left alone and just let me film. But what happens if they're ignored? It's the end of the freaking world. And they're going to make damn sure that you pay attention to them. It's like, I thought you wanted to be ignored. I thought that was the goal, to be able to just go out there and film and nobody bothers you. Now, when they don't bother you, you got to go out of your way to make sure you get someone to pay attention to you. And the reason why I mentioned Bay Area is because I've noticed in his videos, and in the last video I did on him, he specifically does this, but he does it all the time. He'll go in a building, they'll ask him what he's doing, he'll give him this big, long, 45-minute speech about all the nonsense that we hear all these idiots say every time, and saying, what do you want, sir? What do you want? I just want to be left alone. Fine, we'll leave you alone. As soon as they say, fine, we will leave you alone, and they leave, he'll go up to the buzzer and start hitting the buzzer and hitting the buzzer and hitting the buzzer and hitting the buzzer and hitting the buzzer. Or if they have a bell, he'll start dinging the bell and dinging the bell and dinging the bell and dinging the bell. It's like, you just spent the last hour of your video begging us to leave you alone. And now that we're leaving you alone, you're going to yell and scream and hoop and holler about how we're not paying attention to you.
now that officer has to worry not just about the individual he's got pulled over, but the knucklehead who's behind him with a damn camera that he doesn't know if this guy has good intentions or not. So, I try to look at it on both sides, okay? Was the officer justified in being, regardless that he's calling the officer unprofessional, I think he was unprofessional, if anything. And this is what gives, again, I'm going to say, this is what gives people that want to really cop watch a bad name. Okay. Now, again, anybody who may see cop watching as a bad thing, message me and I'll tell you a lot. I've had a lot of interactions with police, good and bad. Okay. This is a good thing, guys. Keeping an eye on your officers, getting to know your officers. I'm not talking about going to various states and screwing with cops. I'm talking about if you live in your area, if you feel invested in your area, it's not a bad thing to get to know the officers who work in your neighborhood. Get to know them. Okay. And again, cop watching helps out both parties. Okay. Another video. Anyway, let's jump into our next video of a frauditor that I've noticed other channels haven't put him on for a while. This guy takes frauditing to a whole new level, guys. This guy, he does his frauditing over the phone. Okay, half of his fraudits are done over the phone. He calls up local governments and informs them, "I'm doing a audit, and what is your name?" and so on. And God forbid you do not give him your name, this guy will make the effort of going down there and putting in a complaint on you. Okay, again, I say this guy takes frauditing to a whole new level. The frauditor calls himself four corner auditing. I'm going to take it that most of you guys are aware of who I'm talking about. Four corner auditing. This guy is a true nuisance. Anyway, let's jump into the video and we'll go from there.
This officer sitting back here.
Riveting, newsworthy content once again from our friends in the auditing community. What's up, Care Bear?
Let's just be keeping an eye on the street down here. Might be Donovan Stearns, I don't know. Yeah, if it was Donovan Stearns, it would be. He'd roll his window down, let me know it was him, but a lot of these other Department of New Mexico officers aren't very professional. Don't get me wrong, there's a few, but most of them aren't educated on the First Amendment. I don't know how long he's been sitting there, but I just realized that he's sitting back here.
Whatever, who cares? Love you too, Care Bear. Love all you guys. I have the best chat in the world, I'm telling you. Blue Vine, what's up? Man, this was worth the price of admission, that's for damn sure. Imagine if this actually was legitimately on the news. Tonight at 9, a squad car. What about the squad car? No, it's just a squad car. Well, what's the newsworthy thing that the cops did? No. It's a squad car and it's parked.
All right, so let me just jump in here and throw a quick comment here because, as I stated in my last comment, for those of you that are invested in your neighborhood, feel invested in your neighborhood. Some people just don't care where the hell they live at, but my opinion, I'm invested in my area, so I got to know the officers that work in my area, and I pretty much feel comfortable with them. They know me, I know them, most of them, and I just like the idea of knowing who's out there protecting my streets. Okay, now mind you, why I bring that up is because he is now the frauditor here is now going to walk across the street and try to make contact with this officer, and the officer, by his actions, you could tell doesn't really want to have anything to do with him. Now, why I bring that into the picture is because the police department, as well as the employees, public employees that work in that area, are fully aware of this frauditor. Again, I say, he takes frauditing to a whole new level. And this guy, he uses his camera as a weapon. He tries to use YouTube as a weapon. You will hear him if you watched his videos. You will hear him tell the public employees as well as the police, "You're on YouTube, and people don't like what you're doing." And
All right, I'm sorry to interrupt right there, but I just saw something. I don't know if anybody is going to get this reference. You get brownie points if you know what I'm talking about. Brian said that 10 minutes of him just filming the car would have been better if it was an Andy Warhol production. My all-time favorite quote from an Andy Warhol movie. I'm not going to tell you the name of the movie because I want to see if anybody knows what I'm talking about. I doubt it. But my all-time favorite quote from an Andy Warhol movie is, "To know life is to fuck death in the gallbladder." Oh my God.
so on and blah blah blah. Now, I just say the way he goes about doing his frauditing is totally screwed up. That's just my opinion. But I wanted to let you know, so when you see the way this officer acts, you're gonna say, "Stephen, why you tell me it's good for the people to get to know their officers, and when they do try to get to know their officers, look what the police do." You got to understand. You got to look at the big picture. With this guy, again, I say he is well known in the police department to be a nuisance. Okay, understandable that he is also a part of the community, and you have to deal with him. Again, it's just we're all human, and I'm not going to knock the officer for what he did here, and it is what it is. So just wanted to give you that little info. Let's get back to the video.
And ask if he's doing all right.
Can I help you, sir?
Yeah, can you get that light out of my face so we can talk?
No.
Can I get?
Up to me, sir. I don't know what you have in your hands.
It's a phone.
Okay, what about your other hand? Okay, thank you. How can I help you?
Can I get your name and badge number? Can you take that light out of my face
No,
now?
sir, I'm not doing that.
Your name and badge number?
Officer Martinez.
Martinez?
Yes, sir.
Badge number?
700.
700?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna have to talk to your superior about this.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Have a good day.
I'm free to go, right?
can I help you?
Just want to speak and see how you're doing. Just hoping that you're doing all right.
I'm doing all right, sir.
Yeah, that's all. I just wanted to speak to you. That's all. You know, just wanted to see if you're a professional. That's not very professional. For putting the light on my
I don't
face.
know what's in your hand. I've already told you that. Okay, thank you. Keep your hands out of your pockets.
Okay, can we speak?
Sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, see if you're doing all right. Park
I'm
back here.
doing fantastic. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, you have your video camera on?
It's on right now, sir.
Okay, that's you.
Sorry?
That's not very professional. Putting that light in my face.
Okay.
I can't see. I can't even see you from here.
Okay, that's fine. I can see you. You're fine. You're safe.
Okay, yeah, you're safe too. I'm not here to harm nobody. Not here
I
to.
don't know you, sir. I just gave you my name.
I understand,
Okay.
but
So anything else I can help you with?
no, just get that thing out of my face.
Okay. Have a better day, sir.
Yeah, this guy.
I have to stop there. I'm going to put the video back on for a second because I have to go do something real quick. But now that Judy Johansson's here, don't leave, hon. Don't leave. I got to do something. I've been waiting for you. All right. I'm going to put the video back on for a second because I got to do something, but then I'm going to pause it again because I got to show you guys something. This is awesome. I love this. Hold on.
I thought we would have a decent conversation or something. I just wanted to see if he was doing all right or. Oh, very professional now. He's following me around with that light.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Judy, you still here, hon? Are we good? I've been waiting. I got something. Fraud and cop harassing is accumulation of what life when somebody hates their life. Yeah. All right, Judy, are you still in the house? I want to make sure you're watching this. I want you to see this. This is important for you specifically. Like I said, I've been waiting for you. I haven't even thought of, I thought about it, but I haven't even mentioned it because I was waiting for you. Blue Vaughn. Fraud and cop harassing is a culmination of what happens when one. Oh, yeah, I just read that one. You wanted a confrontation so that you could file a complaint? Yep. He's got to go put his butt plug. Are you talking about me? Hey. All right, she's here. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I always say that my morning crew is the best crew ever. I always say I love you guys, but keeping it criminals in the house. What's up, Kick? You got good timing too. So this is perfect. It couldn't be more perfect because what happened? I got the best fans. I got the best followers. I love you guys so much. When I was in trouble, I had some situations come up like a year ago. Some things were going on. I got support from Kick. Eventually, he sent me a Kick hat. And then just recently, I got a Frauditor Troll t-shirt. And then I got a Debos Nation t-shirt. All you guys are always supporting me and helping me out. But now, I got a box from a fan. I got a package from Judy Johansson. And this is great. She sent me a one-of-a-kind, original Judy Johansson painting. Look at this. This is definitely going to go back on my wall. Can you believe this? This is how great my fans are, that someone would take their time to paint a painting for me and send it to me as a gift. Merry Christmas. Look at that. Is that great or what? I love that. Thank you, Judy, so much. So much. I love this. Oh, this is permanently going to be like, when because this isn't my main room, you guys know. Like, when I get back to my normal set, this is definitely going to be up there on display forever. Oh, I love that. That is such a wonderful gift, not just because, it was free or whatever, but I mean, it's an original painting, man. I mean, this is crazy. It was so beautiful. Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much. It's called Galaxy Overflow. Oh, I love it. Oh, man. Anyway, oh, love you too, Judy. That's beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much. Yeah, here, let me go. So, a hole in the flat earth, right? See, I'm trying to get good shots of it for the first. I love the moon there, and it's like a skyline you're looking at, but it's also like a globe, but it's like a globe, but it's full of water and there's a leak in it. I mean, everything, it's the detail, everything. This is beautiful. Like, I really, really, really appreciate that so much, more than you know. That's great. Gamer88, what's up? Yeah, the Judy Johansson fan club. The only thing was she didn't sign it. Her name's not on here. So if she becomes famous someday, people are going to be like, that's a fake. Judy didn't actually paint that. There's no proof. But no, it's that's a joke. It's beautiful. I love it. Sorry, I don't want it to get messed up. There we go. So anyway, yeah, that was a wonderful gift from one of my great followers. I love you, my fans. I love you guys so much. That was beautiful. Carl's Order of the Squirrels, what's up? So anyway, let's go ahead and get back to it. And finish off this video. This stupid. It's just when I saw Judy pop up, I'm like I said, I knew, like, as soon as she showed up, I never sign. It's my thing. Oh, no, I got you. You know what's interesting? If you, no, I don't know if I want to give away too much, but if you look at my artwork, I always have my signature hidden within the artwork. Like, you don't know it's there, but it's there. LJ Sings, what's up? Hey, LJ, you didn't see this yet, so I'm going to show it again so that you see it. I got this in the mail yesterday from Judy Johansson. It's a Judy original that she painted for me for Christmas, my Christmas gift from my wonderful fans. Look at this beautiful painting. Oh, I love it. Like I said, I'm going to make it a permanent part of my background there. Ugh. I got the best fans. You guys are great. And LJ, you're one of them too. Love you. Love all you guys. All right. So anyway, again, back to the stupid. Here we go. Let's get that back on the screen.
I don't know he's back here trying to violate somebody's rights if he's going to do this to me. All right, guys.
All right. So I'm not going to knock the officer on how he handled this situation. I look at things from both sides, and I honestly know that from watching this guy's videos, officers as well as the public employees, they know how much this guy is a pain in their asses. Okay. Whether it's right or wrong, hey, we're all human. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to end the video on an interaction that he had with an employee that he goes to file a complaint on an individual that he spoke to over the phone. As I told you, he like that's how much of an ass he is. Okay, you got to give respect to get respect. I'm going to end the video with this video, so let me know your thoughts on the video, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.
Thought I got that one more thing. Yes, one more thing. You guys have a Leticia and a Ruth that works here?
I'm sorry, can you tell me?
You guys have a Leticia that works here? Letitia?
No, she actually works at the motor vehicle department.
Okay, what about a Ruth?
Let me see if she's in. Hold on.
Oh, I just, Ruth, is she a supervisor here?
No.
Is she just a regular employee?
Yes.
Yeah, because, I called back after about a week or two after I picked up these complaint forms that came in. And the same thing, the unprofessionalism. She tried to ask me for my name, and I told her I don't have to give it,
Well, and you asked me my name, and I wouldn't have to either, but I did.
Oh, that's you guys' duty to give your name. This is the reason why I filled out the last complaint, and you guys have policy. That's why I got a city of ordinances. I put those codes and those on that paper. How you guys are supposed to be professional and assist the public professionally. So
Okay.
So now,
I feel like I've helped you.
oh, you have. I'm just talking about the teacher, and I told her I don't have to give my name, because they're there to assist the public, not investigate the public, because what she did is she told me if I'm not going to give her name, then she hung up. Before she hung up, she said that she's going to go call the court and find out what my name was. And that's not her job to be doing that, so.
Okay, this isn't the court either. This is the police department.
Oh, I know that. And what I'm explaining to you is what she told me, since I'm not giving up my name, that she's going to go call the courthouse and find out my name that way. And then she hung up the phone on me, so.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yeah.
About that.
Yeah, that's why I'm documenting all this is, that's my job, is to make sure that they're being accountable and professional.
Okay.
Can I
Is
get
there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, can I get 2 more complaint forms?
Yes. Okay, there you go.
Okay, appreciate it. You have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. So let's talk for a minute about the idea of holding the government accountable and wasting resources. You fill out a complaint form, right? Now, first of all, how great is it to live in America where this is the only thing you have to complain about? So let's take a second and look at this. I'm going to file a complaint. It's going to go into the system. They're going to process the complaint. There's going to be resources spent on time and whatever the people are being paid for their time to process your complaint because somebody asked you what your name is. And every time somebody asks you your name, you're going to file a complaint against them for asking for your name. This is what it's come to in this country. Is your life is so great that the only thing you have time to do is complain about people asking you what your name is? And what happens? Like, what happened in this specific situation? You go into a place, say, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that. Okay, who are you? Oh, I'm not going to tell you. It's always the same thing. It's like, hey, I need to know who did this, when, where, what, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, we want to tell you all that stuff. So who are you? So we know who to tell. Oh, I'm not going to tell you who I am. I'll give you my email address. And how dare you ask me my name in the first place? Well, if you're specifically asking us to do something for you, we'd like to know who we're doing it for. But just the fact that we asked you your name, now you're going to file a complaint against us and waste more tax dollars and more resources on that. Ugh. Anyway, when we were talking earlier about the artwork and stuff, there was a little thing I wanted to share a little bit here. Where is it? Come on now. I went to infinity and beyond. That's not what I wanted to do, though. So let me undo that and get back to this. They have a right to know their accusers. Yes. Let's see. Turn that off and turn this on. Where's the? Here it is. Here we go. All right. So this is my artwork that I always use as my background. It's even, you can see it here in the background. But this is, I wanted to show, like I said earlier, when I do my artwork, I always hide my signature in the drawing or in the artwork, whatever. So here it is in this one. Come on. Right there. That's me. That's my signature. All of my artwork has that hidden in there somewhere. Just got to find it. And when I first started selling my books, I sold a few signed copies, and that's how I signed them. I just drew that on there, and then I drew a little Hezokuai thing that I do. Just has like a block thing. It's a cool little thing. But yeah, they don't have to give their info, even though they claim transparency is their goal. Not transparency for them, transparency for everyone else. Man. So yeah, it's crazy. I don't know, man. What are you gonna do? Dummies are gonna dumb. You can't fix stupid. And these people don't want to learn. You can talk to them till you're blue in the face. They won't listen. Whatever. If he's filing complaints, they have a right to know they're accusing. That's right. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate it. Anyway, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover today. I'm glad Judy showed up because I wanted to share that with the painting. I appreciate that so much. You have no idea. I love it. But I got to go get my little day started. 2.5 hours we've been on. Love you guys so much. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you again, Judy, for the painting. Thank you for the super chats I got earlier. So that being said, we're going to wrap it up. If I could dream of a better land where all my brothers walk hand in hand, tell me why can't my dream go